Welcome to Dance Mogul Magazine, and we are live with Toni Carey. Toni, welcome to our show.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Sure. Can you give us a brief overview as far as your background is concerned?
Sure. Well, I am one of the co-founders of Black Girls Run, along with Ashley Hicks, who is a really good friend of mine. We started Black Girls Run in 2009 just as a blog and a way for us to share our experiences as we began running and getting healthy and getting fit. We realized pretty quickly that we were onto something. We had a lot of women, commenting on the blog, asking us questions, and really, wanting to find other women in their community that ran, because, it's kind of lonely out there if you're a runner, as far as being underrepresented in the running community as African American women. So about 2 years later, after we started the blog, we started running groups across the country. So now we have about 69 running groups throughout the U.S. with about 60,000 members. And these groups really just serve as an opportunity for women to get out, get healthy, and not have to do it by themselves. So they have a great support system. And then I think it's another opportunity just to really show the world that as African American women, we are concerned about our health. Statistically, about 4 in 5 Black women are overweight and obese. So our main objective is to change those statistics.
Wow, that's really good. What was it that actually got you on the path to even wanting to start to run?
Sure. Well, like I said, my friend Ashley, she had started running, and she would just tell me how much, better she was feeling. She was losing the weight that she had gained in college, and I'm a little bit competitive, so I was like, if Ashley can do it, certainly I can too. So I actually was relocating to New Jersey. I had just gotten out of a really bad relationship, and really just wanted to start a new chapter in my life. So first I became a vegetarian and just paid a lot more attention to, the foods that I was eating and, not eating any meat. And then I started running. And for me, running really was just my outlet as far as like relieving stress and just being more centered in life. So it was just turning that chapter in my life and making a more concerted effort to be healthy and active.
Wow, that's great. You mentioned becoming a vegetarian, and I know there's a lot of people out there that would like to transition into a more healthier lifestyle. How was that transition for you as far as, turning away from some of the favorite foods that you've been eating all your life? How did you do that mentally?
It was really difficult. I had never been a big meat eater anyway, so it was really just trying to eliminate chicken because that was like the only meat that I really ate, and fish. As far as the other stuff that we tend to eat, like the junk food and the sweets and everything, I just tried to phase it out little by little. It wasn't something I did overnight because I think that's where people get frustrated and sort of lose their mind when they try to give up everything at one time. So I really just, try to take it day by day, and then it got to a point where I didn't even want it anymore. My body didn't even crave it. So every now and then, I'll have those quote-unquote bad treats, but our philosophy is really everything in moderation. It doesn't mean that you can't ever have a piece of cake ever again. It's just maybe not every night after dinner,
Yes.
So really just creating a lifestyle for it.
Yes, I see. So basically what you've done through your blog is to create a buddy system of the sorts to where you are able to mobilize females across the country to come together so that you guys can go running and talk and exchange information as far as healthy lifestyle is concerned.
Right, yeah. And the great thing about the groups is a lot of our women, have never ever ran before. And so I always say that running is sort of like a gateway drug, because once you get into running, you do your first 5K, you might graduate to a 10K or a half marathon, and then, you're like, okay, so what can I do different? So we have a lot of women who are venturing into triathlons, which is really cool to see. Cycling, a lot of women are getting into cycling now. So they're starting to venture out into all of these different areas that, they never would have gotten into before.
Okay. Are some of the women getting their family involved, like their kids?
Absolutely. When mom is eating healthy and exercising, everybody in the house has to.
Yeah.
And one of our mantras is like, you can't live with a runner for very long before you have to start running as well. So we're seeing mom introduce a lot of these healthy habits and increase in physical activity to their family. And, now the kids are wanting to run 5Ks or, they're making sure mom is staying on track. And the same goes with the husbands or boyfriends. Everyone is doing it together. So that's one of those things that we didn't really anticipate happening, but I think it was just like a natural progression of where the group was going.
I think that's a really good idea as far as starting from the home, as far as the mom goes, the cornerstone of the house, because I think that it's really important that that we bring awareness on that level, because of childhood obesity in this country. It starts from the parents, and the parents need to get empowered and have knowledge as far as how to make better food choices and how to stay and get physically fit. So I think that that's a great thing that you're doing there with your blog. Are individuals able to post their experiences or any kind of information by way of contributing to the blog themselves?
Absolutely. We spotlight different bloggers or different members very often, because some of the stories that we hear are just amazing. I mean, from weight loss to no longer having to take their diabetes medication or their blood pressure pills. It really runs the gamut, and I think it is just another opportunity to encourage women, because I think a lot of times you think that you're on this journey or path by yourself. So, if someone else has gone through that same experience and can share what they've learned and impart that onto you, that makes you much more powerful. So, the stories that we hear are incredible, and every opportunity we get to share those, we try to.
Wow, that's really good. Can a beginner just start off by walking actually with you guys before they actually start to run?
Yeah, our group is comprised of all different fitness levels. So we have walkers, we have marathoners, we have ultra runners, you name it, we have it. Our main focus is just to get out there and get active. So, it only takes walking 30 minutes a day. That's all you really need to do. And if you feel comfortable doing that, that's awesome. If you want to try running, that's cool too. But our goal really is just to get women out there, whether it's walking, jogging, running, whatever.
Do you recommend walking before dinner or after dinner or in the morning? Is there a particular time?
There's no particular time. I read a lot of studies saying one is better than the other, but I think that it really depends on the person. I myself, I am not a morning person at all, so I tend to work out in the evenings or at night, just because that works better with my schedule. And whatever works better for your schedule, you're more likely to stick to. If you try to force it, you're going to grow to hate it. Okay. So whatever works best for you is what you should do.
So if someone wanted to hire you, have you been able to get into the school systems anyway, or maybe speak in front of an audience just about, getting out there, walking and feeling better? How can they do that?
We've done a couple of speaking engagements. our passion is just empowering people. So if anyone is interested in having us come talk or anything, they can definitely just email us at info@blackgirlsrun.com, and we would love to just talk and see how we can work together.
Okay, that's really good. And that email address again?
It's info, at blackgirlsrun.com.
And can they reach out to you on Facebook as well?
Yeah, we're on Facebook. You can find us at Black Girls Run. Just type that in the search bar. We're on Twitter, same handle, Black Girls Run. Instagram, it's official Black Girls Run. And we're also on Pinterest as well. So Black Girls Run. Everything is Black Girls Run.
Wow. I'm just sitting here and I'm thinking, I read the website and everything, and I'm thinking that this is a well needed it's well needed in our culture, because sometimes it's so hard for us to get started to doing things on our own. I know myself, I have a nice park down the street from my house, and sometimes when I get home from work, it's just really hard for me to go and just walk to the park, but I know that it's something that I should do. And so a group like yours is just so needed at this time, especially during the times that we live in. The food has so many contaminants in it, pesticides, and just the air that we breathe is just, everything is just so toxic. So your group is just so well needed in terms of helping to give us an overall healthy lifestyle. And I just wanted to commend you and your partner for starting this group, because it's really needed.
Thank you. We feel like it's all about education. So whatever we can do to educate our community to live a better life, that's what we want to do.
And that's exactly what you're doing. Is there anyone that you would like to thank that may have shown you support along the way?
I would just like to thank definitely just all of our members. It's really because of them that this movement has grown as big as it has. They are the ones that make this happen every day on the ground, along with our ambassadors. So, we really owe it all to them to making this grow.
Okay. And before we close, can you just give us a brief description as far as what can an individual or new member expect if they want to come out to one of their events? What could they expect?
Well, first of all, new members can expect a lot of enthusiasm. Our girls have so much energy and are so passionate about Black Girls Run. It really still amazes me and shocks me. So, they can expect the enthusiasm, just being able to meet other women in a very friendly and safe environment. No one's there to judge. Nobody cares about how fast or how slow you're running. You're going to be met with open arms.
Okay, that's great. And one last question: what types of foods or drinks would you recommend someone have maybe before they go running, after or that would just support them in a healthy lifestyle and just their running ambition?
Yeah, generally speaking, protein is so important. You have to find different ways to get it, especially if you're a vegetarian or a vegan. But protein is so important. So a lot of times before I go out to run, I'll have maybe an apple with peanut butter. It doesn't have to be some big meal, but just a little something to sustain you and give you some energy. And then I think the best drink you can drink is water.
Yes.
You don't have to get any of the fancy electrolytes or anything like that. Water is the best thing for you. So those, I think, are the two most important things.
Okay, Toni, thank you so much, and keep us up to date as far as your progress. And you're more than welcome to come back on our show, and we really appreciate and love what you guys are doing, okay?
Thank you.